Hey, what's going on, people? Your boy Man Mike at you guys with another edition of Unleashed. Now, this conversation is a hot one in the NFL. A lot of people have come out and kind of give their opinions on said issue, and I think when it all comes down to it, man, it's just a massive issue when it deals with money. Anytime you have money involved, man, a lot of people, especially quarterbacks, these guys are making a massive amount of money. You got quarterbacks making then $50 million for 2 to 3 years, and everybody want their hand. They want their piece of the pie. And like I said, I understand it, I get it, but there's a lot of things that go into hand. When it as it pertains to this particular issue, and we got guys like Saquon, Barkley, Josh Jacobs. These guys have not signed their franchise tenders of about $10 million. So these guys are going to skip out on training camp. And like I said, I totally understand why they would do this, but it's a major concern. You got guys like Joe Mixon. He took a pay cut to stay with Cincinnati and kind of help those guys win. He wants a championship. He wants to win a ring, and he's close. Obviously, the Cincinnati Bengals with Joe Burrow, those wide receivers that they have up there, these guys are going to, command a lot of money. So at some point, your best players are just going to have to play team ball and, take a pay cut so everybody else can get paid. So Joe Mixon did it. You got Aaron Jones. He's another running back in the NFL that took a pay cut in order for his team to kind of, bring in not only a new quarterback, but new players, wide receivers, defenders, offensive linemen. You see Zeke Elliott with the Dallas Cowboys, and he's one of those guys that have made a ton of money over the years. He was cut. Dalvin Cook is a big time running back, and he's had success over the years. He got cut. So we see a lot of teams and players all over the NFL that have had quality careers, and these guys probably still have a lot left. But when you have the level of money that these players are wanting, and you got guys like wide receivers that are going to be asking for money somewhere around the $20 million, the $21 million range. A guy like CD Lamb is proposed to make $20 to $25 million a year, and running backs want a part of it. And like I said, I totally understand why they would want that type of money. Leonard Fournette is another guy. He was cut, for more reasons than one. I wouldn't necessarily say it's just because of the money issues. He's had up and down career as far as his injuries is concerned. Again, Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacob, Tony Pollard, these guys have franchise tags, and these guys don't want to be franchise tagged, and they want their money. And like I said, I get it. Austin Eckler, he's another one of those guys. He wants his money. And then you look at the way that the quarterback and the offense, I think the system is just broken. But it's broken because of like it's several reasons why um, the market for the running back is broken, and I think it has to a lot of people not going to want to admit to this, but a lot of it has to do with the fans, but mostly the NFL and the media, man. When you have so much money hanging on wide receivers, quarterbacks, offensive linemen, these guys having 4,000, 5,000 yards, passing in the season, it's become such a stat-driven league. It's become such a passing league that's mostly what players want to, like, that's mostly what fans want to see. They don't want to see a running back rushing for 2,000. They don't want to see a running back rushing for 10, 15 touchdowns a game. They want to be excited. They want to see highlights. They want to see big plays in the passing game. And like I said, this is just the way that things are. And like I said, guys like Austin Eckler, you have so many talented running backs that have been not only released but a free agent. Kareem Hunt is another one of those guys that when you look at him, man, it's like it's a lot to deal with. And Matt Miller actually, put this tweet out and kind of really upset a lot of people, including Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is one of those guys. He said, I've been saying it for years, draft the running back, play the running back if he's good, franchise tag the running back one time, and then draft another running back. And Derrick Henry said in this tweet, and at this point, just take the running back position out of the game. Then the ones that want to be great and work as hard as they can to give their all to an organization, just seems like it don't even matter. With every running back that's fighting to get what they deserve, and like I said, it's so many reasons as to why that I personally say this. All right, and I want to know what you guys think about this as well. I think it just comes down to it, man. Like, do these players really want? Do they really want to play the game, or it's like, or you just want the money? You know what I'm saying? It's like I got guys like CP. You know, guys like CP on going out of their way to say that, I'm a sit out. I want money. And I'm a major part of this team's success. You don't see a lot of these guys complaining. These guys know what their skill set. They know what they're valuable at. And, you don't see offensive linemen. I think offensive linemen, if you want to be honest, man, I know that the running backs, they take a tremendous amount of hits. They take a tremendous amount of, snaps. And they really, physically, it comes down to the concussions, all these types of things. So it's a wide range of things, man. But if the running backs really want to blame someone, I think there's two things that we really have to be honest with. What's and who is at fault here? And I've thought about this. K Styles on the crew of AFN. I think the issue here is that we don't want to admit that the media and the fans have really, just they've driven the pay, the salaries to the point to where it is right now. Nobody cares. Like, most of the fans don't care to see a running back. Nobody cares about Austin Eckler running for 150 yards. If it's not helping their fantasy, they don't care. They don't want to see that. They want to see the passing game. They want to see the quarterback. They want to see the wide receiver. They want to see big plays in the passing game. And that's the way it is. ESPN, when you see ESPN, it's a lot of highlights about Tom Brady, Dak Prescott, Joe Burrow, the big time quarterbacks. For years, Tom Brady was on the, cover of every damn thing. Nobody cared about the running back. Nobody gives a damn about the offensive lineman. And I think, when you have the fan and the media that are going out their way to tell you what they enjoy more, naturally the NFL is going to, tip the scale to that. Given these wide receivers like Julio Jones, for years with Matt Ryan, he has been one of the driving forces for this team, and has been one of the most important aspects of a game. And then you try to bring in a guy like Arthur Smith, who's going to focus on the small intricate details of developing offensive linemen, developing running backs, developing a running game, a consistent running game, and then have a defense. I just don't think people and the average fans, that not the fans that really enjoy the football in its entirety, the running game, the defense, every aspect of the football game. I don't think people care about that. I don't think they want that. And at the end of the day, man, this is a major aspect of the game that players, you have to take that into account. And what I say, what running backs have to understand right now, the market, until the NFL, or if it ever gets to a point where the NFL and the fans care about the running game, that the NFL and the fans care about defense, that they care about the small intricate details managing an offense, you know, being a quarterback that can, like a Drew Brees, like a Matt Ryan, a guys like a Geno Smith, where he's not a big time thrower of the football. He doesn't throw the ball 80, 70, 80 yards in the field, down the field with, the biggest arm and has the biggest arm and the most athleticism. He's not a Michael Vick type that can run and throw the ball 70, 80 yards in the field. And you got special athletes like a Julio Jones. You got special athletes like Kyle Pitts, a DeAndre Hopkins, Jamar Chase. Like these guys are special, special athletes. So until we get to the point where we are students of the game and we respect the game for what it is, it's a tough, hard-nosed, game where offensive linemen, defensive linemen, it's a battle of the trenches. Guys are gonna smack. They're gonna go head. They're gonna hit hard, and like at the end of the day, the passing game is a small part. But until we truly have and get to the point where we respect the game for what it is in its entirety, and it's just not a passing league. It's not such an emphasis on having the best quarterback, because every year in the draft, the talk of the draft is hardly ever defensive lineman. It's hardly ever offensive lineman. The talk of the draft is how many wide receivers, how many running backs, the best wide receivers. These guys are always the focus when it comes down to the NFL game. And I think this is where the NFL players, the NFL in its entirety, put an emphasis on the game and not so much players. For years, we put Tom Brady on the pedestal. For years, we'll put Drew Brees and Peyton Manning, these guys on the pedestal, as if defense doesn't matter, offensive line doesn't matter, the running game doesn't matter, the kicking doesn't matter, the coaching doesn't matter. We focus so much on the quarterback position. The NFL game has completely ruined the salary, the market for each position. It is broken. And right now we got teams like the Atlanta Falcons that do not want to pay quarterbacks $50 million a year. So in actuality, who Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler, these guys should be upset with is really the fans. The fans and the media. They broke the market, not so much the NFL, because the NFL has to do what's best for the fan base. How can you get more money? How are you going to sell more tickets? How are you going to get people to watch the game? Is to put out an exciting product. And this is what this is what it comes down to. Whatever the fans want, the NFL naturally going to do it. So right now they got to develop a system where everybody is going to win, or at least everybody is going to be happy. And I don't think it's going to change anytime soon, because fans want big numbers. They want to see, 30 and 40 games like in college. They want to see excitement. They want to see guys throwing the ball. They want to see them running 40, 50 yards for touchdowns. They want to see that. They don't want to see a 10-7 game. Most fans, the average fan of the game, they don't want to see a 10-7 game. They don't care about defense. They don't care too much about an offensive lineman that's physically dominating. They don't care about a defensive line that's physically dominating. If you're not getting sacks, for the most part, these people don't care. So until we put an emphasis on the game itself, I think it's forever going to be broken. And I just, like, at the end of the day, the NFL game and the running back position has changed, and that's bad. And I know how NFL running backs feel. They want their money, but at the end of the day, man, as long as the media and the fans want a passing league, running backs are just gonna have to understand, if like you have a short porch, you have a short career. Most of the running backs is gonna be 3 to 4 years, and after that 3 to 4 years, man, your career might be over. And like I said, that's bad. But until we get back to the true essence of football, we're gonna forever have the issue. So let me know what you guys think about this, man. This has been another episode of Unleashed, and this is a topic that I really would like you guys to give your opinion, your thoughts on, man. Leave your comments below. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Check me out on all of the podcasts, um, um, all the podcast formations, and platforms. You can find me on Spotify, and all of your podcasting format, all over social media. I probably would put this on IG. I might put this on IG, on Facebook. So if you follow me on Facebook, Mad Mike Sports on Facebook, Twitter. Hell, you can find me on Threads. All right. So just continue to support your boy here at Mad Mike Sports, man. This has been another episode of Unleashed. I'm out of here, baby. Peace.